Welcome back to another episode of Bass Bros. And today, guys, it is Sunday. So what that means? Scripture Sunday. Let's get right into the Word. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about depending on God. We have to depend on God for absolutely everything in our lives. And there's a lot of times that we don't really depend on Him. Let's say with our money, our food, water, clothes, and things like that. Things that we think aren't really in His control, but actually everything is in His control. So we have to depend on Him fully for absolutely every need in our life, and then He will provide for way more than what you could possibly imagine. And here we go. We're going to be referring to Luke chapter 12, verses 22 through 34. We're not going to read the whole thing because it's pretty long, but I'm going to refer to little passages in there. So the first one is 22 through 26, and it says, "He said to his disciples, 'Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life and what you will eat, or about your body and what you will wear. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothing. Notice the ravens, they do not sow or reap, they neither have storehouse nor barn, yet God feeds them. How much more important are you than birds? Can any of you, by worrying, add a moment to your lifespan?'" So guys, what it's saying is, we don't have to worry about anything in our life because God's got our back in every aspect of our lives. He says right there, "Notice the ravens, they do not sow or reap, neither have storehouse nor barn, yet God feeds them." So like the animals outside, they don't worry about anything. They just go around and do their thing, yet God still provides for them. So why don't you think that God can't do the same for you, one that was made in His image? And if God is telling you not to worry about what you're going to eat or drink, which is like necessities of life, that if you don't eat or drink you will die, then why are you over here worrying about something that some kid said to you 2 weeks ago, or this little thing that possibly might go wrong, possibly might go right? You don't know. You're sitting there worrying about little things that really have no meaning in the grand scheme of things, when God is literally telling you, don't worry about your life or anything, because I will provide you with everything that you need, just like the necessities of food and water. He says don't even worry about that. That seems like something that, hey, I maybe should worry about if I'm going to eat or drink next, but God tells you not to, and that is the most important thing. So why are we stuck worrying about things that don't really have any meaning in our life? I know it is a lot easier said than done to fully depend on God, because that takes a lot of faith, and faith is one thing that I struggle with a lot. It's kind of hard to have faith in something that you can't fully understand. You don't fully know if that's exactly what God is telling you, but it's just, you have to have the faith to know that He's going to provide for you always. And you may seem a little bit crazy when you depend on God for stuff. When you have faith, you may seem a little bit crazy to other people, but you know fully that God will do that for you. And that's when trusting God comes to a whole nother level. When people start to see, what is this guy doing? That doesn't make any sense. But that can a lot of times mean that you have faith, because you believe in something that doesn't really seem reasonable. And that's what faith technically is. So if you're not worrying about what you're going to eat or drink, or what your next paycheck is going to be, what are you supposed to be doing in that time if you're just not worrying about anything else? What are you trying to achieve? Well, first, what you have to do always is, like it says here in Luke chapter 12, verse 31, it says, "Instead, seek His kingdom, and these other things will be given to you besides." So it says to seek God first before everything that you do. And if you always consult God before decisions that you make and go into every decision with faith, God will provide you with the things that you didn't even think you needed. Like if you go in, like the one story, when someone just asked for, he's like, "God, just give me the wisdom I need to lead your people." And He's like, "Well, since you had the faith for that, I'm going to give you riches and land as well." So He's going to give you things that you didn't even think you wanted, but He's just going to provide it with you because of the faith that you had. So the most important thing to get out of today's message is always seek God first in everything that you do, and depend on Him fully for everything that you need in your life. If you're ever struggling with anything, just bring it to God, and He will turn that around and make it better. I hope this message helped some of you guys today, and if you did enjoy, be sure to leave that thumbs up. And as always, stay tuned until next time on Bass Bros. God bless you.